I was noticing a trend on Instagram. Young Nigerian women specifically investing millions in spaces that they are living alone by themselves. Growing up, this wasn't really a thing, right?
Guys, I'm finally moving out of my mother's house after 6 months of planning, and convincing my mom to allow me move out at 21 wasn't as easy as you guys think.
I decided to renovate my house on a 1 million naira budget.
Back on 215 million. How can I get this money? I need to push my business.
Moved to a bigger apartment, and since then I've wanted to change my couch.
Finally moving into my new apartment today, and guess what? My mom came with me. If you know anything about Nigerian mothers, you know that's a big deal. Because it was like, why would you move out? I had to sit down. I showed her all my plans and even told her how much I've saved up for this apartment.
Hey y'all, welcome to episode 4 of my apartment series.
I know
My kitchen from this to this. Let me tell you the story, guys. It all started when I got this house. As in
last, I finally got an apartment. Today is the cleaning.
Into that mentality just because it's not my house. See, let me tell you. Anyway, here's the final look.
Hey my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I was noticing a trend on Instagram and I was like, okay, I was seeing 1 or 2 videos at first and then I just started saying more and more and more. And what that video is about, it's about young women, young Nigerian women specifically, now investing in their own living spaces, right? Like investing millions in spaces that they are living alone by themselves. Some people don't have millions, but like now there is just this intentional thing about young Nigerian women and the spaces that they are living by themselves. And I'm like, okay, what is going on? Because, growing up, this wasn't really a thing, right? For a long time, women lived with family, like back home in Nigeria, except if you had to leave maybe for your work or something. Yes, but traditionally, women lived with their families until marriage. And a lot of women honestly did not see the point of investing a lot of money in spaces that they live by themselves, like when they live alone, because the idea was always, why should I spend this much on a house when I'm going to move out? Because the goal was always to go to my husband's house, right? So why would I spend this much money when I'm going to go into my husband's house? And it was even almost stigmatized to say you want to live alone by yourself, you want to move out to your parents' house, when it's not like something is mandating you to do it. It was always like, like what is the reason? And even to the point where landlords, at least from my experience in some parts of Lagos, landlords are always very reluctant about, renting their apartments to young women, young single women, because of the idea of, it's promiscuity and this, when the woman lives by herself and stuff, right? Culturally or socially, it's always been frowned upon. But something is changing and it's shifting really, really fast. And let's just say this is creating a very interesting social dynamic where men are making their displeasure known, or at least some men are making their displeasure known, whether this is now, it feels like it is threatening the social fabric that we've always known, and the other gender are not feeling very comfortable with this change that is happening, right? And we are seeing more and more of the patterns, like the comment section and some of the comments you see on that videos by this woman. I think we are actually going to come and really dissect this. Like, it's going to be an interesting video. So please stay to the very, very end, okay? I want to show you guys just some more clips so that you guys get the, at least, sense of what I'm talking about, right? And then I'll now come back and really address this. So stay with me, guys.
Finally moving out of my mother's house after 6 months of planning and 1 full month of house hunting. And let me tell you, there is something your parents' house does to you that is just not normal. Like, you get too comfortable, you lose focus, and suddenly you are forgetting that you have dreams to chase. That is why
215 million. How can I get this money? I need to push my business. I'm weighing my kilo. Have I eaten enough protein today? Or more?
we have a gas cooker.
Hi, Sisi Eko here, and welcome to Sisi Eko's new Lagos apartment setup series. So the adventure continues. Here are the additions I made to my new apartment last week. I didn't like my living room tile, so I decided to get wooden carpets to cover it. The room is this big because I had to spend 114,000 naira on this carpeting. The next day, I went to an home electronics shop, and what are we getting? We're getting a gas cooker. So I got the order. This is our new gas cooker, you guys. Let me know what you think of the new purchases. See you in the next episode.
I wasted 700k on custom made furniture and I almost regret buying custom. Hi, I'm Sefina and I decided to renovate my house on a 1 million naira budget. In the previous episode, we spent 738k on painting and part payment for furniture, so I was so hyped when I got a call that my furnitures were finally ready for delivery. So my table came in the wrong color combo and wrong size as well. The only thing he got right was my bar set, so I just had him add an extra shelf to it, my floating kitchen shelf and TV console. He made another part payment of 200k and 38k for the correction of my other furnitures that were already having faults in the house. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you in episode 6. Bye.
We are moving. Welcome to episode 1 of my apartment series, where I show you how I'll be setting up my apartment. Well, my kitchen did not come with an extractor or a burner, so I had to find my way to the market to get them. I got to this beautiful store and I was shown different varieties of extractors, different varieties of cooker, but I knew the one I wanted, so I just had to quickly pick it up and head back to the apartment. I was like, can I go home already? Like, I was so exhausted, so tired. When I was done with the cupboard, they mounted the extractor, and yeah, you can tell that everything was going perfect. It was then time to mount the burner. I had to like step out, and when I got back, they had already mounted the burner. We were done, and this is what it looks like.
Welcome to another episode of renovating this space with 500,000 naira. We've done screeding, we've installed panels. What I have left is 289,000 naira, and it's time to paint. So painting cost 95,000 naira, and what's left is 198. At this point, I think I will just stop here.
A bigger apartment, and since then I've wanted to change my couch. This couch cost me 400k, and if you ask me, I think it was a good deal. At first, I didn't know how to feel about this couch. I was just in my feelings, but trust me, deep down in my heart, I was jubilating because I really love it. I need to go with yellow instead of pink. Let me know if that's a good choice.
Finally moving into my new apartment today, and guess what? My mom came with me. Now, if you know anything about Nigerian mothers, you know that's a big deal, because the truth is she wasn't even in full support of me moving out at first. To her, I'm still her baby. So when I first told her I wanted to get my own space, she was like, no. But I also knew I couldn't make such a big decision without her understanding where I'm coming from. Eventually, she came around, and that's why she coming here, helping me set up, bought me a few things with her own money, and even stayed with me while the electrician was working on my light. Meant so much to me. Our ChatGPT room is finally coming together. Convincing my mom to allow me move out at 21 wasn't as easy as you guys think. A lot actually prepared, saved, and I even had the conversation with my mom over and over again until it worked out. I even kept telling her that my moving back in after school was temporary, but she thought I was joking. At first, she was like, why would you move out? Can you even care for yourself? Are you not comfortable? That comfort was even my main problem. Now, my mom is very strict, so I had to sit down. I showed her all my plans and even told her how much I've saved up for this apartment. Now, there she can't realize, say, I don't really be smally again. So yeah, sometimes the key is to show them that you are grown enough to make your own choices, even if it means being rebellious. But then have a solid plan and also try to have the conversation with them until it works. I think I can literally spend days indoors just scrolling on TikTok, eating like 5 times a day and sleeping. Actually,
Hey y'all, welcome to episode 4 of my apartment series. I know I've been away for a while, but you know, I'm back. So let me show you how I set up my TV console. Time to bring out this design, because he was so huge. At some point they had to like call in a third person's box to tear that. I was just tearing everything, and this was very satisfying. I got some interiors. I ordered them from Temu. It's something very simple, and let me let y'all enjoy the video. See you in my next vlog. Bye.
I took my kitchen from this to this. Let me tell you the story, guys. It all started when I got this house as a newly built apartment. I loved it, but the kitchen, I hated it. Look at the sink, the marble top. Ew. Who uses MDF for kitchen cabinet? A 4-face burner, really? And this empty wall. We started work immediately. We started shopping for appliances. I went to Fuani with my friend Tokbe to get some, and I went for the Hisense 11 kg top loader washing machine. Amazing stuff. We started taking off the wood here, and more appliances came in. Bought the Hisense side-by-side refrigerator instead with ice dispenser. This one was just about 1.5 million naira. I love it so much. It couldn't fit into
the staircase. Lagos developers, why? So we called the Hisense partners to help us take out the doors so it would fit in. LED lights was installed here, the kitchen island. One thing I like about this kitchen, it has a lot of storage. The sink was installed beautiful, 5-phase burner, heat extractor. I also installed a pull-out waste bin, very functional by the way. I love the glass doors. I installed a pull-down plate rack. The pantry was also fixed up here, and this was the end, guys. This project stressed me out, especially with everything happening in my life at this. Makes me so happy. I know you love my kitchen too, don't you?
Auntie, the greatest achievement of any man or woman is to find companionship, mostly with God. Everything or anyone is just addition, so long as you have a relationship with God. Men thinks the whole world revolves around them. She'll get to 30 and she'll be happy. Is 30-year poison? Share these men comments not joke, or that's actually their way of reasoning, or more bad. Congratulations, same thing I've been preaching for long now. Ladies should live alone first before rushing into marriage, and with that they would know what to tolerate and what not. Marriage shouldn't be the main goal after school. They should also enjoy independence for a while, as the guys enjoy it too. God bless you, dear. Same thing I did though. I had to break that pattern. I rented my own apartment last month, even though my parents have been saying all manner of words about marriage. This is the gap that they worked and still working so hard to close in every woman's life, because they know what the gap does to a woman, all the enlightenment it brings. They dread it. Yes, girl, I'm with you. We're definitely doing it so the next woman can dream bigger dreams. Moving out this month. Praise God. Sisters, keep me in your prayers. And then there were just a lot of other comments supporting, like, yes, girl, go girl, we are with you, blah, blah, blah. I'm currently looking for a house as well. And then there was this one though, says the men in these comments are angry. It's disgusting. Men can't comprehend women being single by choice because men aren't single by choice. Male loneliness epidemic. Hello. The girlies are happy and fulfilled, I promise. This friend said, I knew men will come and cry. And then somebody said, congratulations, hope in your 40s. You won't be crying alone in your apartment. Okay. That replied though. Okay. Contrast then and now. Guys, this topic is so that I just had to take notes because I don't want to forget anything. So if you see me looking down, that is why I'm looking down. So I think the first reason is independence and identity, right? And when I say that, I mean that young women now want to have control of their environment and their lives. You know, it's like, I want to manage my time. I want to be in my home. If I want to wake up by 10 and then do my dishes and then do this, I want to do it, right? I don't want to be still at home when I have to wake up by 7 because my family members are coming over or because I have to do this. If I move to my husband's house, my time to would be, shaped by maybe my husband's schedule or when I have kids. And so women now want to experience what it's like to be in control of their own space. Also, economic shifts. Guys, I've told you, if I'm looking down, it's because I've taken notes. Also, I think economic shifts. I think because a lot of women now are earning, not just earning, but are earning much earlier in life. Especially now in this age of social media, and I think also with content creation, you have women who are earning as early as 14, 15, 16. I'm telling you, like, especially from social media, content creation, women are earning quite a lot of money, like early on in life as well. And I think that's also now becoming a factor. So because if you're a young woman, you're earning this much money, why not, right? Why not have my own space and, live the way I want to live? And there is so much flexibility in what you can do and with your time. Also, there's entrepreneurship. And as I said, Nigeria is actually one of the best places. As much as people just stop whatever, Nigeria is one of the easiest places to just start a business, right? If you have the idea and you have the capital, I want to sell hairs. Today, I think I want to sell hairs. Today, I think I want to try nails, lashes, whatever, makeup, skincare. All you just have to do is literally open your Instagram account or whatever and just start to pitch. And before you know, your business could take off, right? In a developed country or in some parts of the world, the licensing alone, not just for you, but for the space you are going to even use, sometimes that space needs license. Sometimes. So I think with social media, young girls are able to take entrepreneurship to the next level, which means that they are actually earning more money as well. One of the reactions is always, how are you funding this? where are you getting this money from? They will tell you there is still a man in the corner. There is still a man in the corner somewhere that is funding the lifestyle. Don't come here and be telling us that it's your business or it's your whatever. Because I think for a lot of men, is something that is very, very difficult to deal with. The idea that a woman could actually live a life where they might not be needed in certain capacity. I think it's something that's very difficult for some men. But the truth is, a lot of women are earning good money. A lot of women are actually earning good money. My first million was earned from content, from social media. I mean, before then, it's not like I haven't seen money, like, like, yes, I've had money, but it was never actually mine. It was from my parents. But my personal money that I earned, my first million, was from social media. So, as much as some men would not like to believe it, women, including men too, but people are earning a lot from social media. So, if you see a lot of these content creators living their best lives, best believe that social media can in fact pay for that lifestyle. Let me also add that women are making smart business decisions now. Gone are days when all women knew was to style their hair and wait on their man. No, now women are also doing their best to build wealth for themselves. And so women are really, really being proactive now in learning how to grow wealth, how to build generational wealth for themselves. Women are making smart business decisions.
Community members ask this question: please, what stock should I buy with 30k? I need a recommendation quick from someone. Not be like that. So for
comrades, if you've been investing in the Nigerian stock market lately, I want you to do something for me. Just tell me in the comment section what company has given you so much profit since you started investing in it.
2.5 million naira is what I invested towards the ending of August in the stock market.
Oh, another thing is delayed marriage trends. So let me read here first. So many are choosing career, education, or personal growth before marriage. The women now are now very, very career driven, education driven, personal growth driven, ambitious, right? It's like, I want to get married. Yes, I want to have kids. Yeah, I want to be a mom and all of that. But I also want to live my life now before that happens, right? I'm not putting my life on hold. I'm not putting the things I would like to do on hold until then. I think that a lot of these women are not against marriage. They're not against having kids. They're not against being a wife and a partner. I think the point is that they want to live their lives now as well. They don't want to put it on hold. This is what I like. So this is how I like my room to look. This is what I like. Yeah, but I can't do it because, it'll be a waste of money since I'll simply use my husband's house anyway. So why spend on that now? You should live your life within that time as well. If you can afford it. Yeah, you should. Also, let's talk about the influence of social media. Of course, some women are earning money, but if it wasn't social media, maybe they won't be as bothered. My family's house is okay. There are some things I wish was different, but it's okay generally if there wasn't social media. But of course, now with social media, women are seeing other women doing these things, and the more they see other women taking this step and having the courage to just do it, it's giving them courage as well to say, I want to do it. So for anyone who wants to follow these footsteps, you have to realize that these women, what is their stream of income? What is their family background? How are they funding this lifestyle? Because it's not going to be funny if you try to keep up with, this is on social media without doing your research and knowing if it's something you can afford, because it's expensive. For a lot of family members, some family members still, in fact, frown upon the idea of a girl child moving out and living on their own. As much as a lot of families now are becoming more open, the dynamic is changing, I would say. I think not just on the part of the girl children, but also for parents as well. There is also a shift generally in perception, not just by the girls or women, but also by their parents. So this is not to say that some parents still do not frown. Yes, yeah, to them it's still like, no, it's just stigmatized. You would look promiscuous, you would look unserious, no man will come for you, blah, 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 blah. I think for some, that is the pushback. But I think generally it's becoming less and less a big deal, I would say, culturally, for sure. This trend is more than decor to me. It's more than just beautiful. and my aesthetic is lovely and my room is soft and stuff. I think it is bigger than that. There was something I wrote down here, and I said, this trend is more than decor. It's about freedom, identity, and shifting cultural expectations. Nigerian women are no longer waiting for marriage to live fully. They are building lives on their own terms. It's about identity. It's about shifting cultural expectations, like I said earlier. And I think because women are making that decision, it's also affecting parents now, shifting cultural expectations as a society. However, I also can see why some men, always react negatively in comment section. You see them coming for these women because society has been designed for such a long time in a way that, made men needed for certain reasons, clearly highlighted their roles. But now that is not the case anymore. Men are finding themselves in situations where they're like, okay, so where do we fit in here? And for some men, unfortunately, who still, imagine women in subservient roles and everything, this could be difficult. So in that way, I think you can see sometimes men getting really, really pushing back, being sometimes almost aggressive when women are like this. But I also think there are lots of forward-thinking men as well who realize that this is good for humanity, for people as a whole, because then you have women who are stable, so that even when they come into their marriage, they have something to bring. This does not mean, of course, that we throw away family values or anything, but I think it definitely redefines what being a woman in African society is, what marriage should look like, and I think a lot of people are struggling to adjust to that new setup, if that's like what I can call it right now. Because it is true that a woman who has, experienced earning her own money, having her own place, being in control of her, of course, her view on life is going to be different, and her mindset or expectation from marriage and the man she's going to marry will be different. She has had time to grow into herself and know what she wants and what she does not want. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this whole thing in the comment section. Would you invest in your own personal space as a woman? If you are a father, would you support your girl child to invest in their own space? If you're a mom, would you support? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, okay?